By the end of this video, you're going to be equipped with 5 principles that I learned from Kyle Milligan, who did $7.1 million in sales with copywriting. These are 5 principles that you can apply to your ads, to your marketing, to your sales process, to your emails, that are ultimately going to lift up your conversion rates. And it's all inspired by Kyle Milligan. I've been reading his book called Take Their Money. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Benjamin Green. I'm the founder of Get Overflow, and we help service providers and retailers who have a proven B2B offer. We generate a steady flow of book calls. We help them get 50 to 80 leads in 8 weeks. That's what we do. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about, who's Kyle Milligan, what are these principles, and how can you get started with them? And I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So if you could only give your customers one thing, what would it be? And the first thing that comes to mind for me is the Apple iPod. How Steve Jobs had said, carry 1,000 songs in your pocket. That was the one thing that he was giving to his customers. And the problem with a lot of the businesses that I've spoken to who are very small is that they try to give customers everything. They try to say, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I just do everything for anyone who gives me money. And that is not how you win people's hearts. You need to be a specialist. Think about it. If your wife is having a heart surgery, do you want her to go with the doctor, or do you want her to go with the greatest female-specific heart surgeon in your country who's helped over 1,000 women with a heart transplant, as an example? Let's get into principle number 1. Principle number 1 is that you need to forget your logic brain when you are copywriting. You need to throw logic out of the window. Exaggerate. Use words like terminal, kill, death, prevent, disease. Like get into people's guts, okay? Copywriting is an emotional language. It is a unique style of communicating to a prospect's emotional brain in order to persuade them. The moment you write copy that leaves the emotional brain is the moment you lose any chance of conversion. Number 2, and this is a great one to focus on, is the core 4 emotions to focus on. So Carl speaks about how there's 4 core emotions that we need to lean on when we are writing an ad or if we're writing a sales letter. And that is new, big, easy, and safe. New, big, easy, and safe. So whenever you are writing an advert or a sales letter, ask yourself, is this a new opportunity? Is this a big opportunity? Is this an easy opportunity? Is this a safe opportunity? The rest will fall into place. So an example of new would be like AI, this AI system. An example of big would be thousands of people are using this system, or thousands of people have benefited, or millions of people have heard about AI. An example of easy would be using language like on autopilot, automatically, beginner friendly, 24/7, done for you. And then safe, an example of safe would be, guaranteed, pay per result, performance based, 30-day refund, or whatever it is, right? And by implementing those sorts of phrases, the rest will fall into place with your ads. Now, number 3, and this is fantastic for when you're writing ads that lean on statistics. We love using statistics in ads, 1 in 3 attorneys, or 1 in 5 construction companies, 1 in 2 financial service companies, whatever it is, right? When describing a product or opportunity, you will notice the greatest copywriters, stage presenters, or marketers. They will begin with sharing a story about some event, and we call this a catalyst, that has allowed for your product, the mechanism, to take advantage of that event. So an example, if we're using the railway as an example, USA wanted a way of transporting goods across the states without the need for horses or ox wagons, because they're very time consuming and expensive. This came with the invention of the railway. So for example, the Walkman, the Walkman from Sony in Japan, where they speak about people wanted a way to carry a radio with them that was like a private radio that they could enjoy. And what they had introduced was the Walkman. You can put CDs in it, you can put it's basically the first iPod, essentially. I know Steve Jobs was inspired by the Walkman. Now let's talk about the idea of one, point number 4. When creating an ad, you will have far more success with getting loyal customers to join your mission by focusing and leaning with your full body weight onto one core benefit. An example, Apple introduced the iPod with the one core benefit of carry 1,000 songs in your pocket. Then every benefit and feature after that needs to lean on that benefit and back it up further. So let's say that you sell a call booking software like Calendly. Okay, everyone knows Calendly, or you can book, Google Meets or Zooms on autopilot, right? So the core benefit is never lose a lead again. Every prospect books directly into your calendar. An added benefit could be eliminates back and forth emails because prospects can pick a time that works instantly. Another added benefit could be it fills your pipeline on autopilot. Qualified calls land straight into your diary while you focus on closing. So think about how much it saves you time, it saves you back and forth, you're not losing leads in conversations. Now it's important to space these. You wouldn't just hammer them next to each other like bam, bam, bam. You would want to sprinkle these along your advert so that the customer is reminded what they get when they purchase or sign up for your product or service. Okay. So focus on the one core benefit that you bring. And you can obviously have one core benefit per ad. So if you're testing 3 core benefits, I would advise making 3 different ads, each one leaning on a core benefit. So if you're an accountant, one core benefit could be compliance management. Another core benefit could be something related to payroll. Another core benefit could be something related to cash flow reporting and cash flow tracking, right? So instead of bundling it all up into one mutant baby of an ad, split them up and see which ones the market responds to best. Okay, number 5, one of my favorites, is weaponized objections. So we've been testing 30 plus new ad creatives for a range of our clients at Get Overflow. And I've been noticing that using people's limiting beliefs or objections against them works wonders. It sounds harsh, but in reality, you're helping them expand their thinking. Here is an example if you are a recruiter. So let's say you're a recruiter for engineers in the US. You might use a limiting belief like, no one in engineering is offering salaries above $80,000. And you might respond with simply not true. Last month, we placed 7 engineers across the US with an average salary of $115,000 plus benefits. We did this with XYZ mechanism, and the best part is that it's new. So you would say, oh, it's because of this. Easy, it's all done for you. We handle the applications, etc. And safe. If we don't get you placed, you don't pay, as an example. And then a call to action, click learn more or sign up now. Message me on XYZ, email me here, and we'll have a consultation and see if you're a great fit. As always, keep crushing it. My name's Ben, and yeah, if you want to learn more, you can check in the description of this video. I've got some free resources, and I've also got a link where you can apply to work with me if you want me to install our done-for-you meta ads and smart quizzes that will add 50 to 80 warm leads to your pipeline in the next 8 weeks so that you can add, depending on your offer size, anywhere between $30,000 to $90,000 in 8 weeks pipeline to your business. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Incredible day ahead. I've got 3 powerful calls booked today with large companies that are going to close. One of them is a second order for lead payment, so that we're launching another campaign. And then 2 of them, it's a second call follow-up, and they are excited to get started in the month of October. Thank you for watching this video. You have a great day further and stay blessed. And if you're feeling for it, comment which principle out of the 5 was your favorite that you learned the most from. And I highly recommend you check out Kyle Milligan. Fantastic YouTube channel. He's got about 30,000 subs and he posts a lot on copywriting and it's majorly beneficial. Take care. Bye bye.